Good evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. I'm Papa Boris, and I wanted to make a slightly different than usual video. This is not a video where I play games, nor is it a video where I talk about games. I'd like to talk about a man named TotalBiscuit and a very interesting post that he made on Reddit recently. Now, if you don't know who TotalBiscuit is, he is a pretty big YouTuber. He's got 1.5 million subscribers, and he makes game review videos as well as Let's Play videos, and obviously he is extremely popular. Now, TotalBiscuit has his own subreddit, and recently someone posted a comment in his subreddit attacking him for basically leaving the subreddit behind. TotalBiscuit, stopped posting on the subreddit, stopped interacting with it in any way. Now, the original post has been deleted, so I wasn't able to read that before it got removed, but the details of that post are not important. What's important is that the person attacked TotalBiscuit, and TotalBiscuit himself actually wrote a reply. Now, this is a really long reply, and I'm not going to read it all, but I do encourage you to click on the link in the description and read this entire thing, because this is extremely, extremely rare. It is really rare for any major YouTuber to just come right out and basically bare their soul, as TotalBiscuit did here. So what TotalBiscuit says is essentially that he cannot stop himself from reading the awful comments that people write on his channel and in his subreddit all of the time. He just can't stop himself from absorbing that negative feedback, and it is literally killing him. He talks about how he is going bald, how his hair is going gray, how he actually has health problems that are being exacerbated by stress, and one of them might actually be life-threatening. He talks about how there are days when he can't stand his job, when this dream job of, making videos and playing video games for a living is something that he almost cannot bear to do, and he just does it because now it is his job and it's his livelihood. And basically the entire cause of his completely fucked up mental state and his misery is the negative shit that people post on his videos. Now, that's just a high-level summary by me. I do, again, encourage you to read it, because the way that he puts it is obviously a lot more in-depth and a lot more hard-hitting. But for me, this really resonated because, what he does for a living is what I dream of doing right now. Me with my 500 subscribers, not quite, looking at him with his 1.5 million subscribers and him getting to do this for a living, and me having a day job still. It really, really struck me a lot. And, the moral of the story, and the reason I wanted to make this video and draw everyone's attention to this post is not, don't ever post negative things. You can post whatever the hell you want, man, on whatever video you want to. I would just ask that if you are a conscientious person, that you consider what might happen when you post toxic stuff on another person's content. Again, that doesn't mean that, you shouldn't criticize anybody or that people are immune to criticism just because they put stuff on YouTube. I just want you to consider that. When you're about to put something negative, ask yourself, is the positive value that I get from posting this thing worth the potential negative value to the person who is going to receive this thing? On my channel, I really enjoy it when people post mistakes that I've made or give me suggestions for how I could have improved my play, because, I'd rather feel a little bit hurt but get better at Hearthstone than continue to suck at Hearthstone at the expense of not feeling hurt. But if it's just, total just negative, unconstructive crap like, it was painful to watch or it was cringeworthy, then there's pretty much no value to the creator of that content. And again, I urge you to ask yourself, what is the value to me of making this post? And is it worth the negative value that I am bringing into the other person's existence? And I know that there are some people who are going to listen to me or maybe read what TotalBiscuit wrote and say, well, whatever, he gets to make a living posting stuff on YouTube, he has a dream job, and now he's complaining to us about how bad it is, whatever. And, if you're like that, then that's fine, you've completely missed the point, go fuck yourself. But if you're like a normal human being, and you read what TotalBiscuit wrote, and you watch this video, I think that you may be encouraged to be a little bit more thoughtful in the way that you interact with folks on YouTube or any other place, and especially with the creators of the content, because people do suffer for the work that they do. And me, I think I'm a little bit more open than most people are. Like a few months ago, when my girlfriend broke up with me, I mentioned that in one of my videos, and I got a lot of folks supporting me in the comments to that video. But most people don't really talk about their personal life very much. If you watch Force and Husky and TotalBiscuit and Ribbo and Trump, like they're never going to mention like their sadnesses or like the moments of depression that they're having. Even me, who's more open than most people, like you're not always gonna know listening to one of my videos that like I've had a bad day, or that a girl I liked didn't want to go on a date with me, or that like bad stuff is happening with my job. All of which has happened while I've been just cranking out Hearthstone videos. You're just not gonna know. It's not that we hide that stuff. It's just that we don't bring that up when we're playing a video game. And because of that, when people watch the videos, there's a very high tendency to listen to the content and think, oh, well, this is just a happy person who plays games all the time and their life is totally charmed. And it's not necessarily totally charmed. So when you post toxic shit on their content, you're not just throwing mud that's going to slide off the wall, you're actually throwing bullets that are going to hit another human being. And TotalBiscuit makes a really great point here. Some people say, get thicker skin, but, thick skin isn't invincible. Just because your skin is thick doesn't mean it's completely impenetrable, and no matter how thick the skin is of the person that you're interacting with, eventually, if it's you and like the other like tens of thousands of people who throw these insults at the person all work together to bring the other person down, then it doesn't matter how thick their skin is. Unless it's infinitely thick, which nobody's is, that person's going to get hurt. So again, I'm not saying don't criticize anybody. I'm not saying you're not allowed to say anything mean. You're obviously allowed to say whatever you want. But I would ask as a personal favor from Papa Boris that when you post just completely unconstructive negative stuff, just consider the effect that it has on the creator of the content. Consider that they are not, in fact, invulnerable just because they make money posting videos and doing what many of us would consider to be a dream job. And just consider what is the positive utility to yourself of posting that negative material, and whether that positive utility actually outweighs the negative utility of what your hostile comments are bringing into the world. So, thank you so much for tolerating and humoring my slightly odd video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like it. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, note that I don't normally make videos like this. Most of my videos are just, Hearthstone gameplay and occasionally videos for other games. Please enjoy those, and if you'd like to be notified of when I'm making them, do please subscribe. Alright, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you soon for some more Hearthstone gameplay back to the usual.